Hello guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how the PPPOE feature works on Vertexlink in 4 parts. So the first part is the hardware setup, where we have this MikroTik router that is running Vertexlink software. Then you have this, which is the source of the internet, and you can see we have this Ethernet cable running from the source of the internet into port 1 of the MikroTik router. Right, and then we have our tender router here, which is the router that you're going to give the user who wants PPPOE internet. Right, and then from the MikroTik router we have this Ethernet cable running from port 3 to the port 1 of the tender router, providing internet to that router. Right, so that is the hardware setup. And then the second part is where now you configure the software, or you configure the router. Right, so let me show you the second part. The second part, you want to configure PPPOE on tender router, and for this you need to access its interface. So you can see I have connected my Ethernet cable, the second Ethernet cable from the port 2, and I want port 3 actually, and I want to connect it to my computer so I can set up PPPOE. So the other end of the Ethernet cable coming from the tender router, I need to insert it into the Ethernet port of my computer. So for my case, I've connected, and you can see there is communication between the tender router and the computer. Once you set up the tender router and connect it to the computer, you need to come to your web browser like Chrome and type 192.168.0.1 and hit enter, and it is going to open this interface. So for PPPOE, you need to go to the internet settings, and then you make sure it is connection type is PPPOE, and you can see here it asks for the username and password, which makes us go to the next step before you come back here, because you need those details from our POS, from our billing system. Now log into your Vertexlink billing system vendor dashboard and navigate to PPPOE subscribers. And here you need to add a subscriber, where you enter the customer name, their phone number, and select the router or the site and the plan. So let me just do that real quick. Now you can see I've entered the details like the customer name, the phone number, the site, the PPPOE plan, and the installation fee, and then I click on the create account. And you can see that these are the details that have been generated for you, and these are the details that you need to come and place them here. Right, so here you copy this username, you paste there, and the password, you copy this password, and paste it there, then okay. Now at this time, if this user has paid, they will already get internet. Now we are going to proceed to the last part, which is the fourth part, which is the payment part. You can see the user has not paid, and so we don't have internet. So I want to turn off this Wi-Fi so that you can see that we don't have internet coming from the router there. Right, no internet. You can see there's an error here. So the last part is the payment part. So how do you pay? You can see that if you come here, you have this button here that when you click, you get the payment credentials. Now you can see these are the payment credentials, and there are various factors that determine these credentials that we'll talk about in another video. So what you need to do is to tell the customer to pay to this pay bill this amount of money. All right. Yeah, now we were on the payment stage, and we said that for you to pay, you just tell the user to pay to the pay bill, and then the account number is their phone number. So I'm going to do that. You can see we don't have internet right now, and it cannot connect here. because the user has not paid. But once the user pays, they get access to the internet automatically. I'm going to show you right now. So I'm just going to pay, and then you will see automatically what happens. So I have paid, and you can see that immediately I pay, it gets connected right away. Okay, and if we go to the site, you can see it has already marked paid. It is now active, and it tells you the minutes remaining before the user session disconnects. And you can see now we are able to access internet. So you can see how simple and efficient this system is. And in case you want, you can just comment or reach out to us using the contacts on our page. Thank you so much.